Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. If you can tell by the title, today it's gonna be a story time video about how I dated a fuckboy. And if you don't know what a fuckboy is, just somebody that's really trifling, really grimy, really dirty, and ain't worth shit. So if you want to hear this story time, please continue to watch. So this story begins 3 years ago when I first started working at this one place, and this is how I ran into this fuckboy. So I met him while I was working. We worked at the same place, obviously, and initially he wasn't my type anyways, just from a glance or whatever like that. But since me and him worked together, I got to know his personality. So I was like, oh, you know, he ain't too bad, he ain't too bad. And I had friends there at the workplace I worked at, and I was telling them about him, like, yeah, I think he's pretty cool, you know, I might talk to him after work or something, exchange numbers, yada yada yada. And it was like, girl, he lame, you know. Like, he was kind of on the corny side. Like, you can tell, like, he wasn't popular or anything like that while he was in high school or stuff like that, or he had a limited amount of friends and y'all whatever. So that was like, he's kind of lame. What you see in him and stuff. I was like, he got a good personality, you know, trying to give this nigga the benefit of the doubt, like, oh, you know, he cool people, he, you know, he has a good personality, whatever. Yeah, foreshadowing. So everybody around me thought he was lame, but, you know, I wanted to give him a chance anyway, because, you know, he kind of made me laugh here and there. It seemed like he had his head on straight. Like I said, he was corny and nerdy and stuff like that, like video games and, you know, whatever. So I decided to give this dude a chance. So we started talking more and more, hanging out outside of work and hanging out at work, and so other people around us start seeing like, oh, they're a couple now, they, you know, pumping his head up, of course. So we started becoming more and more serious, because the more I hung around him and the more I got to see other sides of him, good sides at the time, I was like, oh, he's actually pretty, not that bad, you know. People just see him because see like a couple seconds of him think he's automatically lame, but he wasn't that lame to me. So we started dating, like going out, dating, even like maybe like a month or two after we started dating, like we was like hanging out like every single day. We like worked together and hung out every single day. Like, it was crazy. So I started falling for him pretty hard. Somewhat so. Something I shouldn't have did, now thinking about to it, but it is what it is. So yeah, a few months into it, he wanted me to meet his family and his mom and stuff like that, which I did. I was kind of nervous about that too. It was one of the first relationships where like somebody wanted me to meet their family that soon, and it seemed pretty serious to me, because I was like, oh, I was falling for him, you know. It seemed like he was going to establish something very serious. So I met his family. They was all cool people, and, you know, whatever. Of course they liked me, because, you know, I have so much to offer, especially his lame ass. But anyways, so yeah, we continued down this path, you know, growing feelings for each other, getting more connected, whatever. Fast forward, I don't know about y'all, but I go through people's phones because I don't trust not a damn person. I don't care if it's privacy. In a relationship, you don't need no privacy. You don't have no privacy. That's how I feel about it. And I would regularly go through his phone, and it wasn't even just a check up on him or anything like that. I would just be being nosy, just going through shit and going on his social media, because he followed people different from me. So it's like a whole new phone. Much more to see, especially when I go through my phone. It's like boring at that point. So I was like, let me look through your phone. It's more entertaining to me. And all of a sudden I seen his ex keep popping up in his inbox and stuff, saying, well, and at first it's kind of innocent, but bitches ain't never innocent. I'm gonna say that right now, because let me just get to the story first. I seen his ex pop up, but she was like saying some stuff like, oh, happy birthday and Merry Christmas. Like, bitch, fuck you telling him happy birthday and fuck your Christmas. Like, you ain't got no business hitting him up just because he done moved on and now you salty you wish you had them back and stuff. I was like, Merry Christmas. Which that seems kind of innocent. Like, oh, she just saying happy birthday. So I'm like, but fuck her. She don't need to worry about his birthday. I got that. She need to worry about hers. That's the only thing she need to worry about. And she kept doing this like every holiday. And I was like, why she keep popping up? And I kind of put two and two together that the first time me and him posted a picture together on social media, like on Facebook, like a week after that is when she started popping up the birthdays and, oh, how you doing, how your parents, whatever, like all concerned about him. But it's like him and her have not communicated for the past 2 years, and that's because I went through his stuff like earlier on in our relationship. So they haven't had no communication like past 2 years, and also she popped up a week after we posted photos. So it's like, in my mind, I know how bitches think, I know how bitches roll, because I've done the same shit. Like, you try and test the water, see like, oh, how serious are they really? Let me send this nigga a message, see if he write back. And if he write back, he don't care about that hoe. Like, he don't. And that's how females think. And I knew this, and I even told him this. It's like, she's only hitting you up because she's seen you moved on. I told him straight up. So she don't care about you. She didn't care about you then. She didn't care about, because if she cared, she would have hit you up within a 2-year span. And the only reason she hitting you up now because she see a picture of us. I told him this. I was like, I told him that he didn't need to talk to her no more. And if you're in a relationship, you shouldn't be talking to your ex. I don't care if y'all friends, y'all have mutual friends, y'all, fuck all that. Fuck it all. No friends. No new friends. Like, she didn't stay in the past where she belonged. But this nigga, he would tell me, this is when his trifling kicked in. It was like when she popped up. He would tell me like, oh, okay, I stopped talking to her. And then I catch him in another conversation. And it's like, and then it's like he stopped texting her because I kept blocked her number for him and stuff like that. And then it would go to him sending Facebook messages. Then I have blocked her on Facebook. It's like, these are so many red flags. It's like, I was like thinking to myself, like, bitch, why didn't you just leave when he first responded to her? Like, but it's like, I don't know. I was trying to give him so much of the benefit of that because first of all, he was lame, and he still was lame and corny after we got together. And other things, I don't want to say too much about that. It's a little too personal, but he really had too much to offer in other areas either. So in my head, it's like, why would this nigga cheat? Like, I'm the best thing that ever happened to him. Why would he cheat on this? For that. And keep in mind, I'm not a hater. And if she did look pretty, I would admit it right now. Like, oh, you know, she was cute, but she wasn't. Like, I should be petty enough to like insert a picture of her, but I'm not even gonna do that. I'm not even gonna play it like that. Well, I don't know. I guess you'll find out, because I might just do it. Nah, I don't know. But anyways, she was very unattractive and corny too. So I was like, why do you keep talking to this bitch behind my back? I do not know. And then I was thinking to myself, like, maybe it is just what it is. They're just trying to catch up or talk, or he want to entertain this bitch for some odd reason. I have no idea. I was like, whatever. But it's like every time I would catch him, it would be the same little circle, like, oh, I won't do it again, And then he just found a different outlet to talk to her, whether it be, like I said, text, Facebook, email, through other people. The list goes on. He just kept doing it. And I was like, really, dude? Like, really? And the story just continues to get worse. So, a little backstory with him. He's not from the same area I'm from. Like, his mom stays like 2 hours from where we stayed and worked at. So he would go home, or to his original home, and go visit his mom. But turns to find out is that's where his ex lives, in the same city his mom is. So every time he would go hang out with his mom or whatever like that, they'll be in the same vicinity that she lives in. Just keep that in the back of your head. Just keep that thought there. Okay, continuing. You know, for a while I thought like, oh, okay, he finally stopped talking to his bitch. Okay, whatever. Because it'd be like months and months has gone by, because we was dating for like almost a year and a half at this point. And At this point, I can't remember how this even happened. I remember I grabbed his phone one time because I was like, I don't know, I think I was about to like post a picture or something. I don't know. I was doing something on his phone, and all of a sudden this text popped up. It was like some guy's name, like Rob or something. Like, this nigga, let me keep in mind, this nigga's real lame. And I know all his male friends, and he ain't had no friend named Rob. And it's like this gay ass message, like, I can't even remember what the message said, but I was like, why is this nigga sending you this gay ass message for? Because that's what I was thinking in my head, like it was something like kind of flirty. And I was like, a guy wouldn't send another guy a message like that. And I was like, and I said this, I was like, you got some gay ass friends, something like that. And I handed the nigga back his phone. But I didn't think nothing of it. I was like, it's gay ass friend. But he snatched his phone like that. I don't know. He was like pretty dramatic about it. He snatched his phone back, and I was like, you're weird. And I kept going about my day or whatever. And maybe like a week later, this is how stupid I am. Like maybe like a week later, I started to go through his phone again, and I was like, cause that text message didn't seem right in my head. And I went to text message again. I went to this little contact Rob or whatever, and it was this bitch, because I had her number memorized at this point because I was blocking it like every other month. So it was her number saved on it. I was like, oh, this nigga think he's slick. I was like, oh, this nigga think he's slick. So this is like the middle of the night. I take his phone, run outside, and call this bitch. I was like, I'm done fooling with y'all niggas. Like, this bitch is ugly, you is lame, you have nothing to offer. You gonna act right, because I'm gonna make you. That's how I was thinking in my head. Anyways, the story just making me sound crazy. Anyways, so I ran outside, called her. I called her maybe like 2 or 3 times, and she finally answered. I was like, bitch. I was like, how you doing? And she was all surprised. She hung up the first time. I was like, why did this bitch hang up? I called back. She finally answered, and I was like, oh, well, I'm pretty sure you know who I am, since you like to stalk my boyfriend and stuff, sending him messages and stuff like that. Anyway, me and this bitch had like an hour-long conversation. Like, an hour long. It was crazy. And it wasn't even like, at first it wasn't that hateful. It was just kind of like, why you sending him messages? Just like, oh, we're just friends. I know him for a long time. We've been through some things together. And it's like, am I supposed to care? I said, you know he in a relationship, right? So it's about time for you to move on. I don't believe in that friend shit. That's what I was telling her. But it wasn't like, bitch this, bitch that. Like, I was like, I don't believe in that friend shit. It's about time for you to move on. I said, as a matter of fact, he got your name saved as Rob. So I don't know what kind of friendship that is. He denies you every time he get the chance. He's called you ugly, fat, and a bitch before. He talks mad shit about you. Now, if y'all was that cool or cordial or whatever, he should have a little bit more respect for you. So I was like telling her this stuff, which was true, but of course I was telling her that to piss her off, which it worked a little bit. It pissed her off a little bit and stuff like that. So I wanted to make her mad enough to stop talking to him, basically. So I was telling her what it was, what it is. She's like, oh, I appreciate that. I'm like, whatever, bitch. Anyways, hung up in the conversation. He found out. What can he say though? I cussed him slam out too. I was like, stop fooling with this bitch. Like, I just don't understand. Okay, fast forward some months. I was still in college, but this is my senior year, about to graduate. And I thought we had squashed this. Like, oh, I finally talked to her, had a conversation, pissed her off enough where she was mad at him, whatever. And so we was going through a lot of personal stuff together that should have been like building our relationship. Like, I was graduating, so he was meeting my family more. I was hanging out with his family more. And then, like, before I graduated, he got fired from the place me and him worked at together. And things kind of changed then because he got fired and I was still working there. So, like I said, he's not from this area. His mom stays like 2 hours away. So he wanted to go back home and spend time with her and stuff like that. That's what he told me. And so after he got fired, he started going to his mom's house every weekend. Like, I swear to God, every weekend, every other weekend, he was up at his mom's house for like months. And even like And during that time period, I was a good girlfriend. I took care of him. All the dates that we went on, I paid for. Food, he crashed at my place all the time. Like, everything was put on me, like financially and emotionally, trying to help him find a job, blah blah blah. He was in school too at the time too, so I was like helping him. We was helping each other study, da da da. Like, we was doing like a lot of stuff, and I was stepping up on the financial part, holding us both together, like doing everything for this dirty nigga. And we just continued like that for a while, because it took him a while to find another job. It took him like maybe like three months or something crazy. And I ended up graduating. You know, he's taking photos of me and my family, hanging out, chilling, whatever. And maybe like a month or two goes by. I'm thinking everything's decent, it's cool, whatever. And I so happened to go through his phone again, and I just so happened to randomly go through his phone again, just randomly. Plus, like, at the time, my iPhone is a snitch, y'all. I'm trying to tell you, they done changed some of the features on it now, which kind of pisses me off, but iPhone is a fucking snitch, I swear to you. And I'm gonna tell you, like, this is like 2 years ago though, so it's like they done changed some of that stuff now. But like the location things, showing like where you be at all the time, the GPS shows the addresses you type in. Before, if you like I don't know what it's called, like you go to the search, if you search like the word hey, every single text message that you said hey was sent that said hey would pop up, even the deleted ones. So if you like text other bitches like hey boo, babe, whatever, if you search those certain things, all that shit will pop up, I swear to God. So I would randomly check his phone like that, and nothing would pop up. But I was like, okay. And randomly, because I decided to go through his photos or something like that, and one night I seen a photo of this bitch in his phone, looking ugly as shit. Like, this bitch was bald, ugly, like she didn't even take baths. Like, I seen a picture of this bitch on the phone. I was like, what is this bitch doing? And at the time, I was like, because it looked like I said, look, she didn't even take a bath. She just looked really dirty. And it's like, at the time, iPhone photos didn't show you like timestamps and stuff like that of pictures. So I had to do some extra shit. I had to download an app just to get the location and the timestamp for a photo. Put the photo in the app, and it told me everything. It's like, basically, this bitch took his phone, because the photo came from his phone at like 4 something in the morning. I was like, woke his ass up. I was like, why is this bitch, like, no, I think I called her a monkey. I was like, why is this monkey on your phone taking pictures at 4 in the morning when you supposed to be hanging out with your mother on the weekend? Oh, I'll wait. This nigga didn't have nothing to say. When I'm gonna tell you, like, this nigga looked like he was a deer in headlights. He didn't have nothing to say, like, nothing. He didn't have nothing to say, like, nada. And he was at my apartment at the time, sleeping, and I woke him up with all this shit, and he looked at the phone, looked at me, he just grabbed his stuff, started packing it, and started walking out. I was like, this nigga done lost his mind, because I already knew then. It's like, y'all just not friends, y'all just not kicking it here and there, you're just not sending messages, you messing with this bitch every single weekend or whatever when you go see your mother. Like, this nigga's crazy, like crazy. And he started packing his stuff. Why you packing for? Why you leaving? Blah blah blah, arguing back and forth. I was arguing with myself, because he wasn't saying much. He was just trying to get up out of there, because I guess he knows I'm crazy a little bit. But he was trying to pack his stuff real fast and get up out of there. And I was like, you ain't gonna explain yourself? You ain't got nothing to say? He ain't had shit to say. And he just kept packing his stuff. And I was like, and I was just asking, like, did you mess with her? Did you mess with her? Da, da, da. And he finally, like, took a minute, and he finally was like, yes, I slept with her. Like, nigga, you lost your fucking mind. Like, slept with this monkey bitch. Like, why? And I swear, like, if he had something to offer in the area, which he didn't. I wouldn't even try to play him like that. I would just leave that out. But it's like the fact that he was lame in that area, not satisfying at all, and he was lame in life itself, didn't have a job, so like, and he had a nerve to cheat. I was like, I was helping him pack his shit at that point. I was like, you better get your expensive shit first, because I'm tossing everything. Tossing everything, getting tossed, like, outside. So he was trying to rush and pack his shit, whatever. I'm upset, starting crying, throwing shit. Had to call my best friend, like, best friend, this nigga lost his fucking eye. She's like, bitch, what happened? I was like, bitch, this nigga admitted to cheating to my face. And she knew what this bitch looked like. She was like, oh God. I was like, yes, bitch. Like, it was crazy. It was so crazy. That night was so crazy. And the saga continues. He leaves. I'm picking myself back together and trying to keep it moving. Maybe like 2 days later, we have a conversation calls when someone, like, to be an adult, when someone does something like that, you kind of need to not know, but you need to know certain details to make sure to see the level that your life was basically put at risk by this dumb nigga. So I had to communicate with him after the fact to make sure about my health and my risk and my life and my vagina was okay and stuff like that, or what I needed to go get checked and stuff like that, because this nigga was just dirty as fuck. So, and he confirmed that he was dirty as fuck to me, and I was like, okay, that's nice. I was like, so how many times did you do it? He was like, oh, I only did it 3 times, whatever, blah 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 blah. He told me when he started and blah blah blah. So this happened. At first, initially, he said it happened 3 times. So yeah, he basically admitted to sleeping with this girl 3 times in the course of like a 6-month time period. I was like, whatever, nigga. So there was the end of that conversation, and for a little while I left it alone. But it's like, at the time, females, like, I almost like hate being female about how sensitive we are, how forgiving we are, how many chances we give these dumb ass dudes. It's crazy. So after a while, I was just being real childish, and I felt so hurt in the inside. Well, pause that. First, like, when I found this out, whatever like that, I still had this girl's number. So it was like, in the midst of all that, he was sending me messages like, oh, it was nothing serious, it just happened a few times, I was bored, blah 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 blah. And everything he sent me talking shit, I gathered it, screenshot it, and sent it to that bitch. It's like, bitch, he didn't even want your fat ass, obviously. Like, you was just something to jack off to, whatever. Getting a little too great. Like, you was just something to play with, basically, and stuff like that. Oh, she got pissed off then. So yeah, after I found that out, and he knew that I found that out, that was kind of the end of it. It was like nowhere else to go after that. Like, he cheated and then lied about how much he cheated and the depth of it. So it was like too much, too extreme, too disrespectful, and I had to like cut that nigga off, like, legit. And I definitely learned from that. It's like, if anybody's gonna fuck up that hard, they do not deserve a second chance, because it's only gonna be a second opportunity for them to do it again. So, lesson learned. No more fuckboys for me. I really don't know where to even end off on this story time, because at the end of the day, I hurt me. He hurt my feelings. He disrespected me. I actually cared about him during the relationship, stuff like that. So yeah, that was my 1.5 years, almost 2 years of dealing with a fuckboy that was lame, not satisfying, and a piece of shit, and still is to this day. So yeah, I don't see how females are the type like, oh, I'm so cool with my ex. Like, if I seen my ex on fire, I wouldn't even stop to piss on him, like, straight up. But I hope you guys enjoyed this story time, and if you want more, just like, subscribe, and you can comment below. Thanks for watching.